This is the Integrated 2 914 worksheet intro video. Hopefully we caught from lesson 914 that we can use the same equation just like if it were a parabola. It's very similar with just a couple subtle differences. One being obviously this is in parentheses squared and this is an absolute value. But the long story short is it works the same between the A, the H, and the K. And they tell us a lot about this problem. So, for example, if I were to choose number 1, I know that it's going to move 2 to the, like that's positive 2, right? So if I plug in, remember it's what makes a 0. So I go to positive 2, down 4. That's going to be essentially the vertex of this thing. I also know that I'm going to get the V shape as opposed to the parabolic shape that I do in a quadratic. So the U shape for a parabola, but a V shape for an absolute value. At this point, my A is 1, so that means it's going to open up 1 and go over 1. Now, a parabola doesn't work like an absolute value. An absolute value, it's really just as simple. We just go ahead and it goes up and over because it's linear. And that's it. There's not a lot to absolute value functions as long as we understand this process right here. So if we go look at a maybe a more difficult one, they don't get very difficult on the sheet, but here we go. I have a 1, negative 1. So that's going to be my center point. My x value is 1. My y value is negative 1. My A is negative, well, it's assumed to be a negative number right there. It's assumed to be a negative 1. So in this case, I'm going to go over and down 1 instead of up 1. This worksheet's pretty simple. They didn't ask any that were terribly difficult. I probably should show what happens if they gave us something like a 3 here. So please recognize I'm changing this problem. This isn't the one that you actually have on the worksheet, but I just want to show you what happens if the A is 3. Well, I would be at negative 1, 3 for my point, and I would go over 1 and up 3 in this case. So you can see it would be steeper and it would open up. Likewise, if it was like a half, I would go up 1 and over 2. So let's make this one a half. And again, you don't need to change these on the worksheet. I just want to show you kind of what would happen here. So this would be negative 2 plus 0. So my starting point's at negative 2, 0. Actually, let's make this negative 1/2. In this case, I would go down 1 and over 2. So it would sort of flatten out. And anything between 0 and 1 is flatter. So you can kind of see what's going on. Again, you didn't need to make these changes on the worksheet. I just want to show you what it could have possibly looked like had I found a worksheet I liked more. All right, have a good one.